Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes Historical Immersion and Bohemia. So we're here again with the War of Religion. Persecuted for their faith, heretics became even more radical as any hope for compromise disappeared. More intolerant leaders urged popular resistance or even the overthrow of the government. With enough support in the country, the rebels could do just that. In 1417, a war of religion began in Bohemia. To win a total victory and crush the opposition, you must occupy all the bastions of the opposing faction without losing any of yours before time runs out. So we use free stability. Litoměřicko gets heretic stronghold. And we get church stronghold if we rally Catholic forces against the insurrection, or we lead the heretic uprising, which means that we turn to Palestine and we stay there. So what is your... I'm gonna let my army regain a bit of morale, just for the hell of it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna fulfill one of your requests, which was to show the spread of the institutions. I kind of forgot about that amid the whole Palestine thing. So the banking is looking like this. Most of Western Europe, France, Castile, Italy and parts of England have it. And we also have it in Praha, because Praha is a minor center of trade. And we got quite a lot of nice bonuses like regional art and intellectual center. However, it does not spread entirely. Wow, you got it as well. Yeah, regional art and intellectual center. You are as well. Good. Many of our provinces are currently gaining it, but very slow, as I think we'll just purchase it when we can. Though places like Chebsko and Plzeňsko might be good to get rid of before we actually do that. So, War of Religion is ahead of us. We have too few rivals. Yeah, only Austria can be our rival. I'm not looking forward to the -2 stability, to be quite honest. That's gonna be a bitch. It's going to be a bitch. But we have a really good leader that you guys already know. Victor Schikaneder. The Catholic faith grows. Bohemia Superior Empire of the Romans. Okay, they converted to Catholic, obviously. Interesting. And we rally the Catholics. Okay, stability hit. And we're going to defeat these Hussite zealots, led by Victor Berka. I really wonder when we are going to get the missionaries. Hussite offensive. Bohemia was exhausted by war, needing to continue the fight and frustrated by the aid the Romanists were getting from Catholic neighbors. The Taborites began to launch raids into nearby lands. These so-called beautiful raids raided farms and villages for supplies, burned down churches and monasteries, and attacked Catholic forces when they met. Although the raids helped the Hussite war effort stay alive, it cost their reputation greatly. Although they remained devoted to their faith, they were now seen as little more than brigands by the rest of Europe. We gain one more exhaustion. Hradecko gets 8 heretic regiments, and they take control of Hradecko. Okay. Damn you bastards. Heretic stronghold. Okay, so how are we doing in this fight? We're shooting our cannons at them. And now our cavalry is mowing them down. Okay, so we got you down. Okay, provincial honors. Can we do something about the stability? This is really sad. We need to get... Oh, I could appropriate church property. I don't think that's necessary. Heretic bastion fallen. So we got Litoměřicko, and now we're gonna fight with the army in Hradecko. Jan Jiří Železný. Okay. Making war of religion happiness. Oh my god. How are the unrests looking? Hradecko and Praha. Oh, we need to convert Praha. I should have done that a long time ago. I don't think we're gonna... I don't think we're gonna appropriate the church property, but we're gonna persecute other religions. Rulers held considerable influence over the religions of their nations. Whether a religion was persecuted, ignored, tolerated, or favored depended heavily on the policies that the ruler pursued, and could change at any moment. Blaming the problems of a nation on heretics and heathens was a popular tactic used by many rulers to shore up support, but it could lead to resentment from minorities and moderates. Sure, let's do that. I mean, Petr First Kinsky is going to be a good guy. Okay, so we've defeated the enemy here. Okay, we can't get a wife. He's a really young king though, that's something. Royal marriage. We have a royal marriage with everyone. That is really sad. You guys still get the von Luxemburg dynasty. Okay, let's continue with the siege. Maybe this is going to end the fight. Maybe not. Heretic Bastion fall. Let us celebrate. Opposition crushed. Okay, we have won a decisive victory in our war of religion. With the fall of the last enemy stronghold in 1417, the Catholic faith crushed the last major opposition in the war of religion gripping Bohemia. Although some rebels fought on, it was clear the heretic cause was lost. All that remained was for the winners to dictate terms to the losers. Show mercy, we get 100 stability points and 20 prestige, or wipe them out. Okay. Bohemia takes control over. We're gonna show mercy to increase our stability, and we got 4 quarters of Praha. Sure, let's go with the first option. For a long time, foreign merchants have been settling in Praha to better conduct trade with our country. Lately, however, with the intensified activity of the free city of Rothenburg, the quarter has grown into a city of its own. This is not without a problem. Our own citizens are complaining that the Rothenburger community is growing at their expense. They demand that we impose harsher rules on foreign merchants and curtail their activities outside of the foreign quarter. Now we should encourage the foreign community to grow instead. We have a missionary. You're temperate, so that goes well with that. On that note, we can't purchase the Swedish copper still. Wow, the splendor is falling like crazy. And also unrest is super high. What is the problem? Winter, largest city on the subcontinent. Oh, nice. Okay, we saved Prague from being plundered. We have lost the effect of war of religion. Wow, we really hate the heretics, and heathens are a scourge. We get -1 stability. Can I offer some favors? Not really. So we just need to hold on and make sure it all works out. I'm gonna lower the army maintenance so we get a bit more money. And well, as it turns out, we're gonna wait for the banking to spread a bit, because with this amount of money and the terrible situation that we're in right now, I don't think we'll be able to adopt banking anytime soon. The Assembly of Praha. The Hussite Wars caused immense destruction in Bohemia. Farms were abandoned, put to the torch, or trampled by armies. Their produce ceased to feed rival armies. Foreign mercenaries and crusaders committed atrocities, and peasants rose up against their lords. By 1418, both sides lay exhausted, yet neither had won a complete victory. Oh, I think this is not supposed to fire. Even the papacy, shocked at the news, seemed willing to make concessions. Meeting in the Assembly of Praha, the factions in the war met to try and forge a lasting compromise. In the end, the Romanists agreed to give the right to partake in both the bread and wine of communion and allow public preaching of Lower Day. In return, the Hussites would recognize the Pope's authority to appoint priests and would swear loyalty to Peter I, who in return would swear an oath of loyalty to protect the rights of the burghers, Hussites and Catholics. Extremists on both sides rejected the deal and walked out, but moderates agreed to compromise, setting the stage for a lasting peace. Sign the compact, we lose a bit of war exhaustion, we get the Edict of Tolerance, or we walk out of the negotiations. I want to convert... Oh wait! Ah, we converted everywhere. I see. So if we sign the compact, we get a -3, but we will get 50 stability points. Now let's walk out of the negotiations. We have won a victory. There is no need for us to compromise. And we can demand unlawful territory from the Berg. Where are you, Berg? We want you to release the mark. It's going to be given to the mark. Okay. Stability is really bad. But other than that, things are looking fairly fine. Yeah, 62 stability points. I guess it's gonna take a while, but we'll get there. Let's hope that nobody is going to just force us to, you know, force us to grant them more privileges. I would just hate that. Oh, Jewish scapegoats. Tension in Bohemia have simmered over into a spontaneous pogrom, and we must decide how to react. In times of turmoil, people look for something tangible to blame their troubles on. In an age in which faith held sway over the population, few things were easier to point fingers at than heretic and heathens in the midst of the true believers. Tales were told of them snatching babies, poisoning wells, betraying armies to the enemy, or secretly desecrating Catholic scriptures and invoking the wrath of God on the entire nation. At times, such stories could spark a spontaneous pogrom against a minority, who often felt powerless to protect themselves from the mob. Rulers were even known to orchestrate such pogroms themselves in order to turn the ire of the peasants away from their own flaws to an easy target, one they had no interest in dislodging permanently. Consider peacefully. Others at Praha and across Bohemia will see our decision as royal policy: tolerate or persecute. Okay, so we can lead the pogrom personally. Wow! Lose 10 administrative power, but we gain legitimacy, lose war exhaustion, and gain stability points. Or turn a blind eye, or send in the army to restore orders. No, we're gonna lead the pogrom personally. We need to stabilize. We're temperate, but we have an inquisitor as a missionary, and we had the Inquisition going on for a while, so that's probably how we would handle the situation. As part of the modernization of Bohemia, I've decided to do a little bit of a gamble. We want to get the new technologies, but we also want to spread the banking. I go with this as thinking that the great administrator Peter I Kinsky would be interested in getting Bohemia back on track after the war, and for that reason he's gonna do a number of things. First of all, he's gonna hire the advisor Heinrich von Plotho. He's a great advisor who has been welcome on the court for quite some time, who's going to increase our diplomatic reputation and give us the much needed extra points in diplomacy. So that's going to be the first thing he's going to do. Second of all, he's going to take 2 loans and use this money to embrace the institution of banking, which we want. That's going to increase the production efficiency by 10% and lower the interest of our loans by 2 per month. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's... yeah, I don't think that's gonna go back to the loans that we already have. What can you do? We're just gonna pay them, and as that is done, we're gonna embrace the new 2 technologies, free tenancy and the corn gunpowder. Actually, I'm gonna let this run a bit because I'm not sure if it recalculated properly. Let's let this run for a bit. Let's see how that's gonna go. And we got an expiring casus belli on the Holland. Really? Oh, there's a new pope. Okay, Venice is now the controller. Wow, Holland is actually expanding quite a lot. They're allied with Berg and Brabant. We'd also like to wage a war against Burgundy to reclaim that... where's that map mode? In Holy Roman Empire. We're gonna do that sometime during the life of Peter I. But we'll see. We'll see. So, did they change? No. So let's take the free tenancy. It's gonna give us a 20% production bonus for 1 year. Free tenancy. With changes to the traditional economy, it became unprofitable for lords to enforce their traditional right of enforced duty upon their tenants. Since traditional rights only applied as long as they were enforced, this led to a new class of free tenants, free-born peasants who could and did apply for protection under the royal law. There was another group of ideas, and we're gonna take the corned gunpowder. Corned gunpowder. The development of corned gunpowder allowed for heavier and more reliable guns. By rolling the gunpowder paste into small, corn-sized clumps instead of large balls, air was trapped within the powder that allowed for rapid combustion, which made it as much as 300% more powerful than before. Where 34 pounds of separate gunpowder were needed to fire a 47-pound cannonball, only 18 pounds of corned gunpowder were necessary. So this increases infantry fire by 0.1 and cavalry fire by 0.05. And there are quite a lot of extra artillery guns. However, I don't think we get any of that. No, no, and no. Looking forward to the Bohemia and Tabor infantry. It's actually gonna be quite powerful. Okay, and the new idea group. So can we take eminence ideas? Okay, we can take any. Now, Petra is temperate. Peter is temperate. So the fortification ideas would be nice. We don't have any of the administrative ideas. I think... I'm thinking that the asceticism ideas might be pretty good for us. I know that I wanted the bureaucracy and administrative ideas. At least temperate, not religious. And he's a great administrator. So you know what, you guys mentioned the bureaucratic ideas several times, so let's go with the bureaucratic ideas. We'll get those and be done with it. That means we get 1 military, 1 diplomatic, 1 administrative. Then we're gonna go with the fortification, eminence, and probably humanism. Then I would go with Probably a standing army, culture, and empire. We'll see. We'll see. But that's all for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one, where we continue with the story of Bohemia.